Well, again, more Paramount Warner Brothers stuff. Yesterday, we talked about on this show that the 12 states have now officially announced they are launching their lawsuit to stop the merger between Paramount and Warner Brothers. We read the article, them listing all the reasons why. The fact that it's not just two big movie studios, it's two of the top 5 movie studios and two of the top 5 cable network owners and two of the top 5 streamers all merging at the same time, and the problems they say that presents and all that kind of stuff. And maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong, but that's what's happening. Well, one of the things that we said was probably going to happen yesterday has happened a lot quicker than we anticipated. As those states that are launching the lawsuit, they have immediately filed an injunction to prevent Warner Brothers and Paramount from merging prior to the end of the trial. So basically what this is saying, the states have gone to the courts and said, look, we are bringing this lawsuit to try to stop the merger between Paramount and Warner Brothers. We are filing a petition right now as a part of this lawsuit that the court orders that Paramount and Warner Brothers cannot close their deal until this lawsuit is over. So that's an important thing in all this, because technically speaking, Paramount and Warner Brothers were kind of clear to close their deal sometime near the end of July into August. And so what the states have said is to the courts is we are petitioning the courts to issue a restraining order to say you cannot close this deal until this lawsuit is done. Now, this is kind of the exact same situation that that group of states that sued the two big television conglomerates over. They went to the judge and said, we want you to bar them from merging until we finish our lawsuit. And they got it. And that lawsuit was taking well over a year to do. It's still pending. Now, the reason, and we talked about this yesterday, the reason this is so key is because if the judge grants this motion, and he should give his ruling on this very quickly. I think he's already putting out a call to Paramount's lawyers to give an official response, and then the judge is going to make a determination. If the judge rules in favor of the motion that, yes, until this lawsuit is fully played out, Warner Brothers and Paramount, you're not allowed to close your merger. You have to wait until the end of the lawsuit. We talked about it yesterday, guys. This is huge because this lawsuit will go no less than a year. Like, it's possible it could be expedite and go a little bit quicker. But if you look at other lawsuits of this nature, you're probably talking minimum a year. And the reason that's such a big deal is because, as we talked about yesterday, if Paramount does not close this deal by October, a very expensive ticking clock starts going off, where Paramount is going to owe the shareholders of Warner Brothers $650 million per quarter. And we broke down the math. That worked out to about roughly around $6 to $6.5 million per day.
Yeah.
That's what it breaks down to.
2.3 billion a year.
Oh, I couldn't even. Well, yeah, 2.3, 2.4, 2.5 billion a year. That's what this could end up just in having to sit around and wait. Yeah. Because Paramount made assurances to the Warner Brothers shareholders. Hey, if you accept our bid, we promise there's going to be no problems. As a matter of fact, if we don't close this deal by October, we'll pay you $6.5 million a day or $650 million a quarter.
Yeah.
So if this motion actually gets approved by the judge, that instantly puts the screws to Paramount. Now, it doesn't mean they still can't ultimately win the lawsuit. They still could. But now this thing is going to be a lot more expensive, and they're already in crippling debt. It's going to make things very, very difficult. And guys, that's why I think if the pressure gets turned up and the judge approves this injunction and forces Paramount and Warner Bros. To not close their deal until after the lawsuit is done, this goes back to what I was saying yesterday. I believe that the way this whole thing finishes out is that Paramount and the states that are suing them will sit down at a table and Paramount will say, okay, guys, what can we do to make you, the states that are suing us, feel better about this acquisition? And I think the states will say, don't include CNN, maybe don't include HBO, maybe don't include the television. I mean, I don't know. There's a whole buffet of things they could ask for. And then Paramount could say yes or say no, and they negotiate and whatever. Anyway, at the end of the day, that's what I think happens here. I think Paramount offers up some things to give up, some concessions, and then the states will go, okay, that's good enough. And then this lawsuit will end and the merger will go through and happen, with certain pieces being left out of it. If the judge does not grant the injunction, then I think it's game over. I think Paramount wins. I think if the judge does not grant the injunction, because once they're allowed to go through and finish the merger, it's a lot harder to convince a court that it's in the public's best interest to try to undo it. It's not impossible, But yeah, that's how I see this playing out. I think the judge will grant the injunction because generally speaking, that's usually what happens. Mm-hmm. Then once the injunction is given, I think Paramount and those states will go into heavy negotiations, and I think it'll end with a settlement. Anyway, Rob, we talked yesterday that this was probably going to be their next move, is to file for this injunction. It's come incredibly quickly.
Yeah, it has.
Do you think they get it? Do you think this will encourage a settlement to be reached? Do you think, both sides are dug in and the states are like, hell no, it's kill this deal or nothing, and Paramount is this deal goes through or nothing? I don't know. How do you see this playing out?
To be honest, I mean, this is happening very fast. It's developing very quickly. I guess I shouldn't be surprised that that's happening. Obviously, there's a lot of money at stake. This whole merger idea, in my own mind, is not great for the industry. At the end of the day, it might be great for the Ellison family, but I don't necessarily see it as being great for the industry. I think it's probably like Thanos inevitable that it's going to come to pass. But I really wonder what's the benefit, for all of this. And I think the states are asking themselves that question as well. But unfortunately, we live in a capitalist society, and when capitalism works and when you have people that have lots of money, they're usually able to accomplish their goals. So I do think this merger is going to go through, but like you, I think they probably will sit down with the states and they're going to have to bang something out, and they're going to be motivated to do it as soon as possible because, as you pointed out, they're going to lose a lot of money. I mean, can you imagine hemorrhaging that much cash? I wish I could hemorrhage that much cash on a daily basis.
I don't.
I wish I could have just one payment of that cash, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I was just going off what you said, but you covered it, so it's fine.
Oh yeah, I mean, I just think they're already precariously leveraged with this deal in the first place.
Precarious is putting it kindly.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Crippling debt,
and they need foreign investment to pull it off. Maybe there's something we don't know. Maybe there's an end game we're unaware of, but I think it's probably going to go through, but it looks like it's going to be painful. I mean, I think back to Rocky 3. Mr. Lang, what do you predict for this fight? Pain.
I do wonder where this goes with investors.
Yeah.
Because if they start to lose large foreign investment, it's done. If these guys back out.
Yeah, I mean, which I'm not expecting. I'm not expecting that'll happen. Again, I think the way, like Rob, I agree. I think ultimately this deal will go through in an amended form. Mm-hmm. I think a bunch of the pieces that they're acquiring from Warner Brothers are going to be cut out, and then they'll get the big prize. So we'll see how this plays out. Guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? The states are moving very, very quickly. Not only did they launch the lawsuit yesterday, they've already filed the motion to stop the merger from happening until the lawsuit is done, which could become very, very expensive for Paramount. Whatever you guys think, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Guys, we want to take a second and thank a sponsor of today's video, BetterHelp. Look, guys, we talk about mental health a lot around here and a lot more openly these days, but actually raising your hand and asking for help, it can still feel incredibly hard. I mean, we wouldn't hesitate to tell a friend it's good to talk to somebody, but society still makes us think twice when it's our turn. BetterHelp is working to bridge that gap. They are the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 6 million people globally with a network of over 30,000 fully licensed, high-quality therapists who work under a strict code of conduct. And the bottom line is that the data shows it works, holding an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 for a live session based on over 1.7 million client reviews. BetterHelp handles the initial matching work for you through a short questionnaire tailored to your needs and preferences. Plus, their industry-leading match fulfillment rate means they usually get it right the first time, but if you ever want to switch, you can do so at any time. Don't let stigma stand in the way of support. Start therapy with BetterHelp. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/Campea. That's betterhelp.com/Campea.